demonstrated pretty much what I expected. Quality on the ball, quickness, speed, experience. So we were prepared for that, but you know, when the game kicks off and now decisions have to be made, and it's a whole new ball game. And I thought, you know, the first half we did a lot of defending. I thought our shape generally was good. We didn't really allow them too many great chances in the first half. On the flip side, we didn't create a lot. We had a few moments. I thought when we made a little shift tactically in the second half by almost shifting in a way where it looked a little bit more like a 4-4-2, it sort of confused them slightly, and obviously we get the goal, and something we worked on a little bit, and it paid off, and Josh got rewarded. And then, you know, of course, you're going to face a team that's going to start pressing and coming after you, which they did, and you know, we feel, you know, disappointed that it ended in a tie. We realized they had chances, but when you're up 1-0 that late in the game, you want to close it out. We allowed a player to get on the back post, didn't do great there, and they tied it. But, you know, in the big picture of things, we had 3 players, I believe, that earned their first caps tonight. We had a lot of young guys, some new guys. You got to always keep in mind we played a team that's been together a long time in Peru, and we've been together 4 or 5 days here. So I thought the response from the guys competing-wise was excellent. And you know, coming away with a draw against a very strong Peru team is nothing to stick your heads down, keep your heads up high is what we told them. So good night for this young group. Yeah.
Dave, I think your backline had 6 caps coming in. Was there a bit of a risk, you know, fielding a lineup that was that inexperienced? And just curious on your thoughts on Josh's performance overall.
Yeah, it's always a question mark when you have some inexperienced players working together for the first time. But you know, when the curtain raises, you just hope that they're tuned in and sort of don't get too nervous on the occasion. And I thought there were some moments where there was some indecision and nerves, but I think as the game went on, it got better. Again, as I keep repeating, it's a group that hasn't played together a long time, so they're still getting to know each other. And I thought throughout the rest of the game, that part was good. Josh Sargent, you know, the kid's moving in a good direction. You know, he, as a lone striker in the first half, didn't have a lot of the play, but the moments that came to him, I thought he did pretty well. He did some clever movements in terms of keep possession. He's a strong kid, and yeah, I thought on the night he had a good night. Obviously, getting the goal was cherry on the Sunday for him.
Ives and then Jeff.
Dave, your 3 youngest guys might have been your 3 most impressive guys tonight, and Josh, Eamon, and Tim. You never know how someone like Eamon in their first cap is going to respond when they get thrown in, but what you think of him, and what does it do for a program to have 2 young, kind of speedy wingers like Wea and Eamon?
Well, again, you know, you're right. They're young. In Jonathan, he showed some moments that gives you hope, and showed you moments that makes you realize he's 18. You know, the speed of play, and got him on a few occasions, but the moments that came where he had to take off and be creative, that was impressive, and I think I'd love for this young kid to take away a lot from tonight in that regard. Timmy continues to build 90 minutes in him on both sides of the ball. It's good. It's good.
Jeff.
Dave, you mentioned yesterday you wanted to be better with the ball. How did you think your team did in that regard?
Yeah, I think, again, I would say the first half, a little better, but still I have to be a little critical too in moments when I still think when the pace of Peru was coming and now we win the ball, the ability to start to string a few passes together just to give yourselves a breather and to keep possession and build with numbers. I didn't think the balance of that was great in the first half. I thought it was a little bit better in the second. We talked about it again at halftime, and I think a night where the field's fast, the team you're playing is quick, and they're coming after you, there's going to be turnovers. But I think it was slightly better than it was against Peru. Yeah.
At the end, I mean, obviously they're piling on the pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a moment where you would like to have the ability to kind of take your eye out of the ball a bit?
Yeah, of course. You always do. We've seen this all the time in soccer and football when you're protecting a lead and the team's throwing numbers. You're backed up, and now when you clear a ball, it's difficult to keep it. But I think even in the last play that led to the goal, we had a moment to keep that ball out of pressure, and we lost it. But give credit to Peru. They turned up the volume on us and did what good teams do: try to compete to the end.
Leader.
Dave, you've now given Tim Weah 7 caps, if I'm not mistaken. What do you like about him?
Well, I do like his willingness to learn, his ability now to be able to stretch a team with his pace. I think he's got some versatility where he can play on the left and play on the right. And, the hope is that all these minutes that he's accumulating will add up so that he'll minimize the moments where mistakes might have happened when he was prior to the caps, and realizes that the moments when he can really stretch the defense. And so I think he's growing, and he's got a lot to learn still, but I think he's getting used to the speed of play at this level, and that's been a real plus.
He looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot of tools. He's got a lot of tools, and for young players, it's a matter of now putting those tools to the right test. And I think his games lately have been pretty solid.
Roberto.
For Ben Sweat at 27, coming in, one of the older players to make his debut, what did you see in him to call him in, and then today to give him his first start?
Well, the left back position is still a position that we don't have a lot of depth, and we watch all the games in Major League Soccer. We watch games around the world and with our American players, and Ben has been a consistent player for New York City FC and solid, and we thought, well, here's a position that we feel that we want to give an opportunity to. And I think Ben had a good week, and I think at first early in the game I felt he was a little nervous, maybe took some risks, tried to dribble out of pressure at times when he could have maybe cleared it. So the balance of safety and risk was a little dicey at first. It had me a little nervous, but I think actually he really settled into the game and on balance had a really solid 90 minutes.
So Dave, big picture from the 10 games over the last year, what has this young group showed you for the future of American soccer?
Again, I've said this, from all the friendlies I've been a part of, I think each set of games over the past 10 months, we progressed from one set of games to the next. And I think they've established an identity of competing, playing aggressively, coming together, understanding each other, building a camaraderie on the field and off the field. And I think the progress from camp to camp and games to games is moving in the right direction. That I feel that there's real good hope with a lot of these young guys and with this group.
Dave, just kind of piggybacking up Jeff's earlier question. You guys didn't create many chances today. You guys scored off of a well-worked free kick. How do you guys create more chances going forward? How does this young group begin to create more chances and not have to just rely on set pieces or a quick counterattack?
Well, I don't have the easy answer to that. I'm a better coach with great players. We have good players. I think there's still some players that we haven't seen in these 2 games that we have that we know about that are good in the final third and can help us. So I think it's it's just an evolution of trying to continue to bring along young guys that have ability in the final third. So now we brought in a young kid like Jonathan Amon, Timmy Weah, who now give us a little bit of pace, Josh Sargent. So these are young guys that hopefully as they develop, we get more numbers in the final third with quality.
And to do if you would follow Michael, will allow me. Next, you guys made an announcement today about where the next friendly is in Europe. Obviously, there's planning that has to be done for that in terms of building a roster. Do you expect to still be in charge of this team come those friendlies and bank that roster for those
Yeah,
games?
I mean, until they tell me I'm not, I'm full bore, man. Keep going. This is too much fun.
Jerry.
Long's first cap looked pretty solid in the back.
Mhm.
Can you tell me what you think about him back there?
I agree. I thought Aaron had a very, very solid night tonight. Very solid. I mean, you know, what I have seen and we have seen in Aaron, and the reason we brought him in was kind of what you saw tonight. He's very alert. He's got pace when he needs it. He understands how to connect with the next center back. His feet are good enough to distribute. He's got length, and so I thought tonight, I would say very solid.
In the back.
What did you think of the atmosphere here at Rensselaer Stadium in East Hartford?
Well, from my vantage point, it was loud. There were it was good enthusiasm. Like most venues that we play, when you look up, you see shirts from the other team. But I think that's great. I thought the atmosphere tonight was energetic and loud. I thought the game had some entertaining moments in it, and I think the fans appreciated that. Field played great tonight.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Thank you.